Hey everybody, welcome back to another 10-minute Marvel video. I am Petter, and today we're going to be talking, we're going to be talking Thunderbolts. You probably noticed I haven't had a video for a few days. My hair was so long, haircut took several days. Holiday weekend, and then obviously we don't have Daredevil to be talking about coming up here. So I'm kind of pivoting over to what we're going to be talking about next week on the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast, which is going to be Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, just over a week away. The premiere was yesterday in London, and, well, early reviews have generally been enjoyable, saying that it had a lot of heart. I've heard maybe not as much action as you would think, but this feels like a kind of dark, heartfelt comedy more than a super action-filled film. So, there's going to be a couple different videos that I'm doing here. This first one is going to be on the end credit scenes. Yes, I said scenes. There are two of them. What do I expect for the end credit, especially because the rumors out there right now are at least one of them is pretty important for Doomsday. So let's run with it and see what we have. First off, I think the first one is going to kind of be that comedy one, and I love the idea of, like, at the end of Avengers, we had them kind of sitting there eating shawarma in silence. I want this to be the Red Guardian badgering everybody who's still part of the team to go get shawarma, because they just saved New York, and that's what you do when you save New York. That would be great. So it's not that they're actually getting shawarma, it's that the Red Guardian is trying to get them to get shawarma. Then the final one, and this is the one, so I'm assuming there's one kind of after the initial round of the credits, when we have each cast member's name highlighted. That's going to be the shawarma one, because you don't want to end on kind of a jokey thing. Maybe you do, but Marvel, more historically, has ended on something bigger. And I like the idea of this kind of being a Loki type, or Eric Selvig type end credit scene that we had, where he's like gets controlled by Loki. If I'm remembering my scene correctly, or has been controlled by Loki. This one, I want it to kind of be that big kickoff, like, hey, this is kicking off that next Avengers level event. So I think it could be, I don't think it's going to be Doom. I don't think we're going to get Doom, but I think we're going to get an incursion. Now, maybe this does tie into the mid-credit scene, because I think it could work pretty well. Is we see them coming out of a shawarma place, and they look up into the sky, and they see another Earth up there. They see the events of an incursion starting to happen. Now, that is the iconic comic book kind of setup. Do we think that that's going to be what it looks like in the MCU? I mean, if you're going to have a big kind of punchy moment, then I think that makes more sense than it being kind of everything falling apart. Now, we've seen that before, but is that truly, like, is that a full incursion? Is that a timeline dying? What is that, and how is that going to work? Because for me, the bigger image, the bigger punchier shot is going to set up Doomsday better. And I think you have them walk out of getting shawarma, or you have the group of them, maybe even it's just Bucky or Yelena looking up into the sky and going, I think we need to get the team back together. Something like that. That, hey, this is going to be, yes, we already know they're going to be in Doomsday, but now we can confirm truly that, yes, this team is going to be a team in it again, because I think that makes sense. Now, other options. What could it be? Doom. I think Doom is another option. Unlikely option, though. Because how are you going to bring him in? Are you going to bring him in as a villain who maybe uses his magic and know-how to kind of place himself on television? And basically be like, this is an incursion is coming, but Doom can save you. Dr. Victor Von Doom can save you. That could work, but honestly, it feels like it should just be saved until the events of Doomsday. If you're going to do something like that, it could also be a situation where maybe we start planting the seeds of, like, Namor. We have the events of Thunderbolts play out, and we see the incursion occur, and it's Namor who's like, this is going to be bad. Like, we need to take the fight to them and reach out to the Thunderbolts to kind of bring them into his team. Now, you might be wondering why would Namor want to do that? Well, Namor is going to want to save this Earth no matter what. So, it's the X-Men Earth up there, let's say, and that will be the final option that I kind of give here. Will be kind of on the flip side, but Namor sees that up there. We now lay the groundwork of he wants to save this Earth. He understands what Bob can do, even when not the Void. So he then wants to recruit this questionable team to do his dirty work for him, to do something that he cannot do himself. Then, another option is that it's from the other side. That we have something that was shot, maybe it was like the very first thing shot with Doomsday, is we get some of the X-Men characters, or maybe some of the X-Men characters were brought in for that. And it becomes a situation where they're looking at our Earth and they maybe see something coming towards them, something from our Earth, and it's Sentry flying up to investigate, and they prepare for what they think is going to be an attack. So those are kind of the different options that I see, and honestly and obviously I kind of skipped that middle one. Just gave my shawarma thing that I would love to see there, because that would make sense. That would work well for kind of what they've been setting up. The Avengers don't exist. I think the Thunderbolts, especially Red Guardian, probably want to call themselves the Avengers. But that last one is going to be the one that I think is going to get people excited. And I'll be real excited in a week and a half when I see it. Let me know what you think the post-credit scenes for the Thunderbolts are going to be. Drop a comment down below. Do you have one of the ones that I tossed out that you like best? And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. And like I said, we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts asterisk coming up here on the next podcast episode. You can find the 10-Minute Marvel podcast, catch up on all our Daredevil coverage, the news and rumors we talk about here on YouTube. Click onto the channel and then click on the podcast tab, or you can search for 10-Minute Marvel wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. But with that, we'll see you next time.